Eskom says South Africans must brace themselves for a cold winter season with extended power cuts. The utility announced stage 8 load shedding is pretty much inevitable, and that is their systems and infrastructure remain under pressure due to numerous breakdowns. Joining us this morning to unpack the story further is Vally, who is the chairperson of the Management Committee of the NRS Association of South Africa. He's also a former executive manager at Eskom, a former senior executive at City Power. So someone with a lot of experience in the field. Vally Padayachee, thanks very much indeed for joining us. I think it's fair to say Eskom's warnings of stage 8 that emerged in that briefing yesterday did not come as much of a surprise.
Good morning, Michelle, and a very good morning to your viewers as well, and thank you for inviting me. Yes, I think that warning from Eskom was not surprising, and as an NRS association, we've been saying that even in the media for the last few weeks, because we cannot guarantee that given the status of the grid, and especially the Eskom generation coal-fired fleet with its EAF at middle 50s, that we cannot go beyond stage 6, let alone beyond stage 8 load shedding, and given that we're going into, as I understand it, a very cold winter.
Yeah, absolutely. The point that Eskom was trying to make yesterday, I think, Vally, was that, yes, we're going to go into higher stages of power cuts, but, you know, the rumors that have been swirling or the fear that is, you know, part of our discourse insofar as a total blackout is concerned, really allaying those fears, saying that it's highly unlikely. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I think as an experienced professional and even as an NRS, we don't believe that we will get into a blackout situation, because to get into a blackout situation, Eskom or the national system operator will have to exhaust all the other interventions that they normally have in their kitty to prevent that. And that all has to go wrong for us to get into a blackout situation. And also, as I've said regularly on the media, that load shedding is an excellent management tool to prevent us from getting into a blackout situation. And we will have to, again, exhaust, unfortunately, significant higher levels of load shedding before we get into that blackout situation, Michelle. Yeah.
You know, another question that emerges is, you know, the maintenance that is needed of Eskom's coal-powered fleet. Clearly there is money needed for that. Do you reckon there'll be investment into something like that, into the maintenance of a coal-powered fleet, when really what we should be looking to is renewables?
Michelle, let me answer that question in the following way. I think if there's investment required, which it is, to maintain the coal-fired fleet, it has to be done, because and from a contextual point of view, that we need to get to 70-75% energy availability factor, which is part of the National Electricity Crisis Plan, and together with the other interventions, to stop load shedding. And as been reported, we are sitting at 53% energy availability factor. So that said, if there's maintenance that's required, which it is, to get it to 65, 70, 75%, then it has to be done, Michelle. There's no other way. If we do not maintain those fleets, that fleet now in the crisis situation, there will be serious consequences, and we'll get into advanced levels of load shedding rather quickly.
Yeah. The issue around Turkey's car power ship now being granted access to 3 of the country's ports for the next 20 years, Vally, do you see that as part of the solution, and is it immediate or is it sort of more medium to long term?
No, I think as an experienced power engineer, that technology, let's not talk about the name of the company because that creates a lot of sensitivity. But as a technology, I would support bringing that technology onto the grid. Immediate, but of course immediate means as soon as we can get it. But I wouldn't, from a strategic point of view, support a 20-year PPA in respect of that because we'll just kill the fiscus and the economy. I would support a 3 to 5 year PPA at least for that, because that would definitely get us out of the crisis situation rather sooner than later. But it has to be 3 to 5 years, and all the other requirements, the environmental requirements, the impact thereof, all has to be taken care of. But as a technology, given where we are in the crisis situation and the need to bring on literally tons of electrons onto the grid, I think the power ships technology will warrant that. But as I say, 3 to 5 years for that, Michelle.
Some political statements being made about load shedding ending by December. Those statements made by Fikile Mbalula, the ANC's Secretary General, and we're going to see a lot of that, aren't we, in the build-up to elections. You would likely not want to comment on the political aspect of that, but are there green shoots, notwithstanding what Fikile Mbalula is saying, perhaps in terms of electioneering on the part of the ANC, but are there green shoots in your view come December, given that a number of units at Medupi and Kusile, I think it's 2 units, are set to come online by the end of the year?
Yes, I think there are green shoots, but I don't believe we will stop load shedding completely. Hopefully we can, if we can achieve that, yes, by all means, but I think in terms of the green shoots, we could get down to lower levels of load shedding, and hopefully we can get down to levels 2, 3, etc. But there are definitely with the Kusile units coming back, with the Kubek units all coming back, and hopefully we get some other megawatts onto the grid on a smaller scale. And then, of course, the demand-side management initiatives kick in. Then those are the types of green shoots that will augur well in bringing down the different stages of load shedding. And maybe, Michelle, can I just quickly, I know you instead of time, take the opportunity of giving some clarity on the stage 16 that where the question was raised also a number of times at the Eskom media briefing yesterday, and I'm just not talking on behalf of Eskom, but as an NRS, because that document has been referenced in that media briefing as well. Now, just very quickly, why stage 16 is being talked about. Now, if I just take a step back, when we looked at NRS 048 Part 9, Edition 1, we went up to stage 4, right? We went up to stage 4, although we were load shedding at stage 1 and stage 2. We went up to stage 4 so that we could prepare the system operator and the control rooms to prepare internally, technically. In the unlikely event, we got to stage 4, but of course we went up there. Then the load shedding, then the grid got a bit precarious, and then we went up to stage 8 in edition 2. Although we were load shedding at stages 2 and 4, but we went up to 8 so that we prepared, again, system operator and the control centers in the unlikely event that we went to stage 8. Okay? So it was all the level of preparedness. Now with edition 3, which we are almost finalizing, we've decided to go the full org. In other words, we take the full load available on the grid, and that equates to stage 16. Okay? So, and we believe that we would not get to stage 16, let alone 14, 15, and so on. But just very quickly, we did that as a responsible organization so that we prepare national control system operator and the Munich control room in the unlikely event if we need to get there so that we prevent us from getting into a blackout situation. So that stage 16 that's been reflected by the media as the fait accompli when we get there is not true. We'll more than likely get beyond stage 8, 9, 10, etc. But
not a total blackout.
Yes, but the stage 16 is purely reflective of the total load of the grid if we are to load shed to that level. I hope that's clear. It is complicated, but it's as clear as I can make it, Michelle.
Vally Padayachee, let me thank you for that clarity. Thanks for weighing in on this discussion.